While by no means was anyone ever saying that these were bad players, we knew they were good players. But I don't think anyone saw the production at both Derrick Henry and Saquon. And much matter the fact, Josh Jacobs as well. Aaron Jones is not too shabby either. Tony Pollard's making plays. Maybe the running back position isn't as dead as we all thought. Maybe. Hello everybody and welcome to week 13 of the 2024 and 2025 NFL season and my prediction picks. I'm your host, the Blind Canadian Cat. I say meow, I roll intros, and we have a little fun. Even though these recordings have been hit or miss lately with my own outside reasons, but we're still here, we're still doing it. We still feel pretty good, even it is 2 a.m. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. And as we peep over to last week's results, straight up, we're doing pretty much the same thing. I'm sitting at 4 losses. Doesn't matter how many games there are, I'm guaranteed 4 losses at this point. That kind of seems to be where I'm sitting. So makes it only at 9-4 this week, which hurts a little, especially if in our group I ended up finishing third with that 9-4. We had a 10-3 and 11-2. Shout out to both Amanda and River on that. But yeah, that seems where I'd be, that 4-loss streak, which I mean, if I'm only going to take 24 more losses, that still keeps me under 100, so W's in my book. Brings and then the totals, we mess on the totals. Spread's still doing good though. Some games you get, some games you don't. Thank you Chicago for making that game close and competitive, so that way that you still cover the 3.5. Attaboy Chicago. It would have been funny if you would have won that game, but it is what it is. But yeah, still above 500 in all 3 categories, which regardless where this season ends, is a W in my book. I don't have the history on me, but I mean, I don't think I've done above 500 in all 3. I don't want you here, not to my knowledge. But still plenty of the season left to go, so let's knock it out to getting this full slate of 16. And to getting that on a positive note. Starting off with our 3 Thanksgiving games as usual. Lions host a game, Cowboys host a game, and then some random nonsense Sunday night game. Or Thursday night game hosted by the NBC crew who does Sunday night. Starting with the Lions and the Bears. The Bears are building for the future at this point. Losing lemony games like that, at this point, just build for the future, which I won't rule out. 2025, if the Bears draft well and get a new head coach, but if they draft well, maybe this team does something. Maybe they're in that 7 wins, 8 wins, 9 wins, maybe sneak in that 6 or 7 seed. Next year, Chicago, I have faith in you. This year, develop the rookies, take your beatings, get ready. Come out healthy. Everyone come out healthy. For the Lions, 9.5. I'm glad it's 9.5. Because that is tricky. But I'm going to give it to them. I will give them 9.5. Giants and Cowboys. This game's going to be a crapshoot because it's backup QBs. It's division nonsense. So I'm just going to go on the record and say, Cowboys haven't won a home game all year. And I'm going to roll with that. The fact that Cowboys haven't won a home game all year. They just haven't. So good job beating the Commanders in DC somehow, some way, but that might be more in DC coming back to Earth in a crashing way, rather than you guys doing anything worth a damn. That said, Cowboys haven't won a home game. Give me the road team in Dallas until proven otherwise. I don't care if it's DeVito. I don't care if it's Drew Lock. I don't care if it's one of the NFL YouTube prognosticators coming out there to play quarterback. Dallas does not win this game. I'm taking the Giants. And Packers over the Dolphins. Not to crap on the Dolphins, because I do think they could be a good team if they really want to. But with the way I'm hearing the weather, it's going to be cold. And I'm not going to argue statistics. Miami hasn't done good in the cold. Or they haven't won in the cold, I should say. Not to say that they've been bad. I remember that snow game in Buffalo that they still put up, 29 points. So I'm not going to say they're bad, but they lose a lot of snow games, cold games. They're going to Lambeau. I'm just saying, it's going to be cold. I'm rolling with Green Bay. And then we have a Friday game that I guarantee you very few of us will be watching, because I don't think anyone wants to see Aiden O'Connell. But Chiefs should win this game, and it shouldn't really be that much of a discussion. But I get to bring up my favorite thing of the year. It's been too long a coming, but I finally get to bring this up now. Ladies and gentlemen, that double-digit spread thing is into effect. We had 2 games with double-digit spreads last week, and neither covered, including one losing. 2 double-digit spreads did not cover, meaning now we are about to set a trend for more double-digit spreads not covering. And what better than to start with the Chiefs team, who only won by 3 against the Panthers. These teams don't cover. And again, and even if without this, the Chiefs have not won by double figures. Even against this Raiders team when they played them in Vegas, they didn't win by double figures. It was 1 touchdown. So even if I wasn't playing the spreads game, I'd give them this. And hell, I was in the mindset that the Chiefs should be blowing out the Raiders after the whole Kermit Frog bullshit that the Raiders did in the offseason. But they didn't. And I don't see why they're going to do it now. I'm just saying. Chiefs should dominate this game, no doubt. But now that the double-digit spread thing is in effect, I am not laying that double-digit spread. Give me 12.5 on the Raiders. Somehow, someway, injuries be damned. Chiefs magic voodoo bullshit be damned. Give me the Raiders to cover 12.5. And then we fly over onto Sunday. Chargers take care of the Falcons. I don't really care for the Falcons. J.K. Dobbins injury is going to be something to monitor for the Chargers. I still think they're probably a lock for the 5th best team in the AFC right now. And depending on how wild card matchups go, I think they can probably sneak 1 playoff win. Maybe. But J.K. Dobbins got to be healthy for that. But taking care of the Falcons team, who I've lost faith in the Falcons. Yeah, I'm not there. Sorry, Falcons. I just don't care for you. Chargers the Falcons. Colts over Patriots. You can go either way with this game. Neither team has really proven to be reliable. But I just think this Patriots team it's Drake May and everyone else. Drake May, Christian Gonzalez, everyone else. So they're not there, and they're probably not going to be there for a while. Give me the Colts, who are still ever so clinging to hope for that 7th seed. Because Denver hasn't, but Denver's got a tough schedule in the year. Colts, they're right there and have an easy schedule. Can't sleep on Miami, especially if they get that win. And as much as I want to give Bengals an open door, if Bengals lose 1 more game, they're out. I think 10-7 gets you in. I don't think 9-8's going to get you into the AFC. So Bengals lose 1 more game, they're done. And they still got to play the Steelers twice, so that door is open for the Colts, especially since they play the Broncos in a couple of weeks. That door is open for Indy. So I'll give it to them. They need it. Texans over Jags. This is mostly I still don't trust the Jags thing. This has nothing with, I think Texans the better team. They're falling apart. What is with it with these AFC South teams that, they come out of nowhere, they win the division, and then the next year they get to a big lead in the division and then start just losing all these games. Yes, Texans have had some wide receiver health issues, so benefit of the doubt given to CJ, but what's with these teams crumbling? It's getting to a point now where it's like, maybe we should put some money on the Colts to win the division, because Houston is falling apart. It's a mess there. I mean, not to rule out the other, because it's a mess. But Houston's got to win this game. If Houston loses to this Jags team, then yeah, maybe start throwing some money on the Colts to win the division because Texans are falling apart. I think they get back on track. I don't know what that was, but I think they get back on track. I don't trust this Jags team anyway. So, the Texans get a wake-up call. Take care of business. Seahawks over the Jets, I'm not going to talk about it because the Jets are pretty much throwing in the towel for this season. It's almost like Aaron Rodgers is not a savior, and giving him full control over everything is a horrible idea. Just saying. Steelers, I'm giving benefit of the doubt too. I think the Bengals are cooked, and I'm not going to really hold too much on the Steelers versus the Browns in the snow globe game on a Thursday night. I'm not going to really hold them to that. The Steelers played a tough Ravens game, and for a couple days rest, they got to travel. Yeah, I'm giving them benefit of the doubt. They even did come back in that game. It's just they couldn't get one more stop. So there's still something in there, and I can assume with better conditions. I think this game's in Cincinnati. I imagine they'll be fine. So I'm going to give the Steelers benefit of the doubt here. They've earned that. Commanders over Titans, but I'm not laying 6.5. At this point, I don't think you can trust the Commanders to win a game. They rode a high, and they've lost to all the good teams they've played, and now they're losing home division games to teams with backup quarterbacks. Which, yes, division rival games, everything go out the door. AFC North games, NFC East games. When it comes to division rivalries, throw records out the door. Just throw them out. That being said, Titans showed a little life in the South. And that, again, that might be a division game for division's sake. But I wouldn't rule the Titans out winning this game. I wouldn't. Though that being said, I'm still picking the Commanders. But I wouldn't rule the Titans. This one's probably going to be my only, significant upset. I don't think me picking the Giants or the Steelers was that big of an upset. So this is my really big upset. I'm taking the Cardinals over the Vikings. And this might be slightly influenced by ulterior motives. I have nothing against Minnesota. I'm so happy for Darnold and what he's been doing. But it feels like this season's free money, and he's absolutely taking advantage of it. I mean, with how well he's playing, it's one of those things like, do they keep him? Is he the future? Are we sure we want to give J.J. McCarthy the chance? That's the only thing to do it. But maybe you can sell Sam Darnold high. Maybe the Jets will take him back or something. But I don't know if it's just I refuse to believe it, even regardless how many times I'm shown it in my face. And even if they do make the playoffs, I'm probably going to pick them to lose their game. I mean, they're not going to win their division. The Lions are too much of a juggernaut. I don't think Minnesota catches Detroit. It's just point blank and period. But I don't know. I'm still having a hard time trusting Minnesota, even at 9-2. I really am. And Arizona, again, division games that you probably shouldn't take them with too much salt. But that performance did make me wonder what the hell. But I'm still taking Arizona. I just think, especially with Minnesota almost choking that game, I think they're due for another downfall. I do. I really do. So yeah, give me the Cardinals on the upset. And that's the only other major upset I have. Which, yes, rule of 4 does exist, but I'm only picking 3, so as you can tell, probably guess where I'm going the rest of these way. Rams over the Saints. I don't care what the Saints do. I don't care. I'm not picking them. And I do trust the Rams more. And again, paying attention to things, the Rams, even with that loss to Philly, they're still right there for the division. Do you want to really trust Seattle? Do you really want to trust Arizona? San Fran's too banged up that they're probably going to not be as competitive as they usually are. That division's still right there for the Rams. And I got to think, with I don't want to say gimme games, but games of less volume. Like, no one's going to hold it against you that you lost to the now 9-2 Eagles. No one's going to hold that against you. But the Saints, this 4-7 Saints team, or 4-6, whatever the record is right now, Rams, if you are half as believable as we want to think, this game should be right there for you. This is a game you should handle your business in. So handle your business, LA. Handle your business. Game of the week should be a fun one. Carmine has unblocked me from Twitter now, finally, so maybe I can bullshit with him. Though that kid does not listen to reason no matter what I say, so it is what it is. Well, we should have some fun. We'll have some fun. High scoring game. Derrick and Saquon, have them both go for 100 yards each. Probably, maybe. Lamar and Jalen, MVP candidates as well. Balling out. Jalen Hurts will probably push a couple touchdowns. I'm expecting this game to be high scoring. This total, I haven't looked at it yet, but I gotta imagine this total is also in the 50s. They had the Ravens Chargers game in the 50s, which I thought was too much, but, garbage time touchdowns covers that. This game's probably going to be in that 51, 52 as well, and it's going to be some fireworks in that game. Fireworks. But I'm taking the Ravens. Again, it might be a biased thing, but I'm also a believer of the superstition that Lamar does not lose NFC games unless it's Daniel Jones for whatever reason. But I'm a believer in the Ravens. I think they're figuring their shit out. I'm biased. And I think Eagles are good for one more loss. With their minimal travel, this game will be a hard-fought one. I think they lose this one. They beat Pittsburgh in a couple of weeks, and they just win out. Eagles lose here, and I think they win out. That is my prediction. Give the Ravens this one. Sunday night, Bills-Niners looked good on paper. We're hoping San Fran doesn't have too many injuries. We're hoping Brock and everyone comes back. But even if they do, I'm still rolling with Buffalo. I think the San Fran team is just too hurt that there's nothing you can do, really. There's just nothing. And then the Monday night game, another famous Jameis primetime game against rookie phenom Bo Nix. Could be fun. Should be fun. We'll all have a ball. I can only give famous Jameis so much benefit of the doubt. I'm rolling with Denver. Mostly because I trust their defense. And their offense isn't hot, steamy garbage. It's shaky at times, but it's not hot, steamy garbage. So, I'll give that to you, Denver. Denver wins on Monday Night Football. With that, we peep over into fantasy. Another bad week. To top another bad week, it's just over. 1-5 across the 6 leagues, but I will say, the one win did come in the Professionals Dynasty League, which with that win has now submitted me a playoff spot. And based on how everything is going for me, that is probably the only league I'm going to have a playoff spot in. I'm not theoretically dead in the Ante and Co one, but I would need a miracle these last 2 weeks, and I'm probably not going to get that miracle. So, everything is pretty much out. I'll have to check the 2 random leagues. I don't remember off the top of my head, but LOA is a dead dream. Ante and Co, I'd need a miracle. And then, yeah, Amanda's league, I'd probably need a miracle in that one, too. Which sucks, because I was right there. I was a 3 seed, 4 weeks ago, and I've lost, 4 straight. Hate my life, want to die. Anywho, that is going to be all from me on the Blind Canadian Cat YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Canadian Cat CP, Instagram, Blind Canadian Cat, Blue Sky, Blind Canadian Cat. Follow me on Twitch, hop on the Discord. Have a merry, merry fun time. And with that, choose peace, accept love, have big trust, and a happy Thanksgiving from me to all of you. Enjoy, and goodbye.